Asad. I'm a research scientist at Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development WI, and today we are in Narrow Orchard System trial site here at Manjimup Research Station. Just to recap a little bit, we've got 3 different cultivars, Bravo, and 2 advanced selections from our breeding program, ANA BP09 and 14, that we're trying on 3 different rootstocks. Semi-vigorous CG202, and on the dwarfing side M26 and M9 NIC29. This is the 2nd year of their planting, and today is the 1st week of March 2026. We'll have a look at the growth of these trees across different cultivars and rootstocks and different training systems, and we will have a little bit of a talk about the training of those trees in the 2nd year of their planting. In the background I have Bravo on semi-vigorous CG202 rootstock. 1st year was all about growing the cordons. So just to recap, we did a heading cut in the 1st year of planting and have the 2 cordons growing on one on either side. When they reached about 1 meter length, we laid them down onto the sides, and that all happened in the 1st year of growth. This year we selected the vertical leaders of those cordons. The bud break happened in early to mid-November. The first pass of training was mid-December, where we come down here, we looked at the shoots and we selected which ones we want to train as vertical leaders, and we snipped the other ones. So we snipped them in mid-December, and we selected a few, and the 2nd pass of growth was in mid to late January, where we came back, looked at the tree. The vertical leaders were about 10 centimeters, so we used tapener gun to tie them with the bamboo sticks that we put on after 1st year of growth in winter. The bamboos are 25 centimeter apart, so you've got 4 vertical leaders on each side of the tree, on each cordon, and we use tapener guns to tie those branches together, as you can see, like this one. At this stage we removed the regrowth of those snipped branches that were on the cordons. Now mind you, not all cultivar rootstock combination grew up to 1 meter to be laid down as cordons. For example, the dwarfing rootstock NIC produced relatively small trees, and we'll have a look at how we trained them. So in the background we have Bravo, same cultivar that we've seen earlier, on M9 NIC29, a dwarfing rootstock, and you can clearly see the differences compared to that combination to this one. In 1st year, as you can see, the cordon had about 60 centimeter of growth, pretty much, compared to on CG there was a bit more than 1 meter. And as you can see, this knot there, this is where the 1st year growth stopped, and all of this growth is 2nd year growth up until now. So we kept it up during the season so that the apical dominance stays to the terminal bud and terminal shoot growth. Once it reached where we wanted it to reach, to a meter length, we are now slowly bending it down, and now we're keeping a couple of vertical leaders going up. Since NIC29 is not a vigorous rootstock, it's more productive and precocious, which we are going to look into in terms of canopy fill, in terms of productivity, flowering and return bloom, and how it compares across different combinations of rootstocks and cultivars. So that would give us a better idea of which combination works better for Western Australian climate and under these management conditions. Now we have a single cordon system that we're trying. Previously we had a standard double cordon. The cordon goes onto each side. There's another system we're trying, a crossover, where the cordons goes on the opposite. In this case we have a single cordon. The length of the cordon is supposed to be 2 meter and it should have 8 vertical leaders, as you can see from all the way to the end of the post. 8 vertical leaders that will be coming out of this. This is where the first year growth stopped here, and then all of this is the second year growth. In terms of training and getting it to all the way to the 2-meter growth, what we did was removed the competing buds next to the terminal bud, so that the apical dominus stays at the terminal end, and we did that in mid-December with the early pass of shining. And once that, when it reached a 2-meter space, which was around mid to sort of late January, so you can see it reached all the way here, we started to lay it down gradually, and now we have these vertical leaders coming in. The ones that are close to the start or close to the trunk are getting too strong, but what we can do next year is put some fruit on these ones, so that should suppress their growth compared to, and let the terminal and vertical leaders keep growing. So that is the plan at the moment.